Bring me some of the fish. We are in John chapter 21, seeing from the example of Peter, who has said after he faced the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, things did not go as he planned. He denied Jesus and he has given up and he has gone fishing. And, that night they didn't catch anything. Jesus told them to drop the net on the other side. As soon as they drop, they catch a lot of fish. And when they come on the shore, they realize that Jesus already has some fish on the coal ready for them to eat. There is some fish, there is some breakfast that Jesus has already been cooking, and there is some bread also. So there's ample fish for everybody, but yet somehow, and for some reason I don't understand, Jesus said, bring me some fish. In verse 10, so we are in John chapter 21, verse 10, Jesus said to them, bring some of the fish which you have just caught. Well, they didn't catch anything the whole night, but it was when Jesus told them to where to throw the net that they caught. Jesus said, bring me some of the fish. Simon Peter went up, dragged the net to the land, full of large fish, 153. Although there were so many, yet the net was not broken. Jesus said to them, come eat breakfast. Yet none of the disciples dared ask him, who are you? Knowing that it was the Lord. Now, Jesus already has some breakfast for them. Because if we will see that in verse 9 it says, as soon as they had come to land, they saw a fire of coal there and fish laid on it and bread. So there was ample fish and ample bread. Yet Jesus said, bring some of the fish. And then, they're already eating that fish which Jesus has just cooked. What a amazing breakfast that could have been, brothers and sisters. I myself am a chef, and I love eating. Maybe you can see from my size, maybe not too much, but you can sense from my size, I like eating and I like cooking, I love cooking, but I especially like cooking, not only for myself. When I'm cooking for myself, it's you hurry up and you cook something, but when you're cooking for others, when I cook for my wife, usually I cook for my wife, or when I'm cooking for other people, what happens? You want them to enjoy food, and Jesus is not only cooking for himself, right? He wants to enjoy. You see, when there was the Last Supper, he said, oh, how I wished to eat this meal with you. And after the resurrection, Jesus wants to eat a meal with them. He doesn't want to eat a meal by himself. All night they have been struggling, and it's now they're very hungry. And Jesus said, when do you taste the food the best? When you're really hungry. And they're really hungry, and Jesus is not going to feed them. And he has ample fish to them. Yet he says, come bring some fish. What is he going to do with the fish? I don't know. It does not say. But he says, bring some fish. He didn't say bring all the fish, because there was a lot of fish. He didn't say bring all the fish. He says bring some fish. What does he? Most probably he wants to put that fish on the fire, on the coal as well. So that while they're having breakfast, if there is more hunger, they can have more fish. Or maybe they can have a takeaway. I don't know. But you see, Jesus is not only thinking of the moment, he's thinking of the future as well. He's thinking, maybe let them have more fish as well. But most importantly, rather than just giving them the fish, he's also going to give them a taste of the fish that they caught. You see, there's a great distinction, brothers and sisters. They will eat the fish that Jesus has given them, but there is something entirely different when you have worked with your hand, and Peter and the other disciples were dragging the fish, and you are tired, but you have worked hard, and now you're sitting and relaxing and enjoying. Sometimes, I cook, sometimes I cook very elaborate meals, and I get tired. But when you sit down and you eat that meal, wow, what a joy it is. Yesterday I made a flaxseed and an almond roti for the first time. And what a nice meal it was. I really, really enjoyed it. I was a bit tired. But when you put the food in your mouth, it's joyful. So they will eat the they will eat the result of their own labor. And Jesus is giving them that, although Jesus is giving them his own bread as well. So what Jesus is calling them for is giving them an understanding of co-laboring. Jesus will not hand us everything in our hands. He wants us to co-labor with him. Jesus can do all the miracles. Jesus can do all the preaching. Jesus can do all the worship. Jesus can write all the books, and God need to convert the people. He can do everything much better than us, yet He invites us to co-labor with him, and that's how it has been from the beginning. From the beginning, the authority was given to humans, and the Lord calls us to co-labor with him, and he blesses us in our co-labor. And brothers and sisters, the question you need to ask is what is your fish that you need to bring to the Lord? What is the co-laboring that you need to do with the Lord? What is your part? There is a part that you cannot input too much into, but there is something else which requires your part, and the Lord has been putting on your heart, and you know it. You know it. Where the Lord is calling you to co-labor, and maybe you have been lazy like me. Maybe you have been sleeping like me. Maybe you have not been that much active, or maybe you have just been ignoring, or maybe he's calling you to do something which is not comfortable for you. But bring that fish to the Lord so that you may co-labor with the Lord to enjoy the fruits of your co-laboring with the Lord, because they are the sweetest. I hope this thought brings a blessing in your life, and if it does, do bless me as well by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, so that together we can take the gospel to the utmost parts of the world. By the way, this is the third time that the Lord had revealed himself to the disciples. Let's see in the next video what that really means. I will see you over there. God bless you.